Hello and welcome to the video. This is a look at this latest frame and RTF model from Armattan. Now, for those of you that have been watching the channel for a long time, you'll know that I'm a fan of Armattan products. My very first proper quadcopter was actually built by Chris, the owner at Armattan, a very long time ago. So I've been flying Armattan frames and quadcopters as long as I've been flying quads. Now this is the latest one from Armattan. This is called the Badger. Now looking at this, some of you will be having a little bit of deja vu here because it looks suspiciously like another one that I looked at recently called the Marmot. Now the big difference between this and the Marmot is that the bottom part of the frame actually has individual arms on this new Badger, whereas on the Marmot it was a one piece. So for those of you that really like the individual arms, which can be much easier to swap out if you have a little bit of a crash, it's held in place by two captive bolts and just a couple of screws on here. It's a much quicker job if you're racing or flying this aggressively to actually swap everything out. Everything else on the frame is pretty much the same, apart from the fact it's back to the standard Armattan carbon fibre, but it has the new 4D cut titanium cage at the front, which allows you a huge degree of protection for the camera and camera angles as well. So you can have the camera looking straight out and flat, which is great if you're just learning to fly, or you can have it cranked over at a very right angle. Room on the top of that cage for an action camera, and then lots of room on the top deck for a battery. Now in this configuration that I have here, now this one is the ready to fly version, so it's the 5-inch arms, CL Racing F4S with soft mounts for the flight controller. The motors are the Armattan TOA. These are 2306 2150 kV, so this is really set up for 4S or 5S. You can fly it on 6S. The tune that it comes with is really nice, but it's really only for 4 or 5S. If you put 6S on here, you'd have to change the tune and probably put a cap on each of the ESCs as well. I do believe that there's going to be some new motors coming out of Armattan in the next month or so that will be as lower kV. I think they're going to be around 1750, and if you want to fly 6S, those will probably be a better bet for you. Foxeer Predator mini camera at the front, TBS Unify Pro at the back, so a really nice video transmitter, all connected and wired up with a little pagoda stuck out the back. Dalprop 5-inch Cyclone props, lipo pad and everything else already installed, with the landing dog bones as well underneath, and an FR Sky receiver in here too. So this is pretty much ready to go out of the box. Just a comment, if I just take the top off this, let me show you some images of how this thing is put together. As usual, Armattan has really put a lot of time and effort. These ready to fly quads from Armattan are probably the best put together that I get in here. And you can see how fantastic everything is. All the soldering looks like little works of art. I'm pretty comfortable with the soldering that I do here until I get one of these new Armattan quads in, and it always makes me feel like I need to do a lot more practice. So let me just show you a couple of screenshots from the Betaflight setup. The setup with these things is really easy because Armattan, when you unpack it, you actually get, as well as the quadcopter itself, you get all the other bits and pieces and a sticker sheet and stuff. You actually get this thing here. This is the test list from Armattan for this specific quad. So you can see here that everything has been checked before it arrives. So the Betaflight stuff is pretty straightforward. Running Betaflight 3.5.7, but the tune is absolutely spot on for that. The ports are set up like this. So the VTX is handled by Smart Audio. The camera control is also set up so you can access and go through the camera settings through the radio as well. By default, motor stop is turned on. I would turn that off if you're going to fly this personally. D-Shot 600. Everything is set pretty much as you'd expect. The tune looks like that, and it is a very nice tune straight out the box. Feels very locked in. You will have to go into the receiver tab and set that stuff up. By default, it's set for S-Bus. You can order this as just a frame or with the receiver of your choice. So you just need to go in here and make sure that it's all working fine. By default, the modes that Armattan send, it's set for stick arming, and it just has angle and air mode selected. Personally, I like to arm on a switch, so if you get one of these, I'd just spend 5 minutes on the modes, just changing everything around so that it's how you like it. In terms of flying, there are absolutely no surprises in here. Something that's built this well on such a nice frame with top quality components and a really good tune is going to perform brilliantly. So no real surprises here. It does exactly what you'd expect to. It flies beautifully and is very, very responsive, but also very tough as well. And that's the last thing to mention about this. Lots of people look at these kind of reviews that I do of these top-end, ready-to-fly quads and frames and suck air through their teeth about how expensive it is. But with Armattan, this is backed up with that lifetime warranty. Now, the lifetime warranty means that you can go, and if you break anything, you can get in touch with Armattan and they will replace it free of charge. And that's been like that for a very long time. And talking to some of the guys at Armattan, they've had frames, they've got people still flying frames from 5 or 6 years ago that are probably on their 7th or 8th replacement parts. So it's very common for people to keep these frames for a very long time. If you also buy a second-hand Armattan frame, the warranty comes to you too. So you can, if you buy a second-hand one and break it, then you can still claim under the warranty. Interestingly, for those of you that have the Marmot, you can, if you break the Marmot frame under warranty, actually have it replaced with this multi-component piece at the bottom. So you can turn your Marmot into this Badger configuration with the individual arms as part of a warranty deal if you break something on that original Marmot. So hopefully that's interesting for those of you that are Armattan fans. Another really nice frame that Armattan will also sell you as a very, very well put together, ready to fly quad too. So if you like the look of the Marmot but didn't like the individual arms, I guess that means the answer is a Badger. Thanks for watching the video and watching right to the very end. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you like the video and like what I'm doing here, then hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon too. If you really like what I'm doing, you can go the extra mile and become one of my Patreons for access to me directly for support and also giveaways and regular updates too. If you're looking for particular content, then check out the playlist. I organise all of my videos into playlists, so if you're looking for a particular topic, you can find everything here. If it's called Introduction To, it's designed to start very simply and build on that simple introduction to teach you all about it. If it's called For Beginners, then that is really aimed at people who are brand new to that part of the hobby. You can also search on YouTube for anything that you're interested in using the search function at the top. So iNav Painless 360 will find all of my videos and even the playlist around iNav. So thanks again for watching and happy flying.